To much consternation inside and outside the Labour Party, Jeremy Corbyn, the hard-left candidate, is favoured to win the race to be leader. Here with me to discuss the implications is Janan Ganesh, political correspondent and commentator for the Financial Times. Janan, this is really a big surprise that Jeremy Corbyn is still making all the running in this race.
Yeah, he was only nominated by MPs into the race to have a so-called debate. No one seriously expected he would be competitive. They just wanted a far-left voice in there. And now, 2 months later, he is favourite amongst the bookies to win the race. He's sweeping the local constituencies in the Labour Party, and all of his hustings, all of his public events are like rock and roll concerts. He's really electrifying, especially young voters. And with 1 month to go until the result is known, you'd have to say that he has a better chance than anyone else of being Labour leader.
A 60-plus-year-old comes from North London as an MP, grey hair, sort of straggly beard. I mean, why is he getting everybody so excited?
And he's been an MP since 1983 without making anything like this kind of splash before. I think it's because when parties lose power, they go off the rails for a while. The Conservatives did it when they lost in 1997 and took the best part of a decade to elect David Cameron and become electable again. Labour, who lost power in 2010, suffered an even more traumatic defeat this May, are really indulging themselves in ideology rather than focusing on what the average voter wants. And the way to please yourself is by electing someone like Jeremy Corbyn. And the worst thing is, the more mainstream candidates, people like Yvette Cooper and Andy Burnham, are being dragged leftward because they have to pick up Jeremy Corbyn's second preferences under the Labour leadership voting system if they want to win. So he's skewed the entire debate within the party to the left.
And Jeremy Corbyn, in your excellent column, you report that he's voted against the Labour Party, his own party, more than 500 times since 1997.
Yes, this is why I don't think Jeremy Corbyn will last very long as leader, were he to win. A lot of Labour MPs will look at his record of disloyalty and feel no obligation to show any loyalty towards him. He's been one of the most rebellious MPs in the entire parliamentary Labour Party. And that, combined with the fact that he so obviously will not win a general election.
He can't win a general election, in your view?
He cannot possibly win one. I mean, Ed Miliband campaigned on a ticket which was slightly to the left of the average British voter on May the 7th and lost badly. Jeremy Corbyn, if he runs much further to the left of that, I think could reduce Labour to 150 seats, quite possibly.
So this is a bit like Michael Foot in 1983. Well, after the 79 defeat, Michael Foot took over as the Labour Party leader.
Exactly, and it took them 18 years to win again. I don't think it need take them that long to become competitive again, but they absolutely have to purge this bit of the hard left. And my argument is that once they've done that, they have a secondary challenge, which is to deal with the soft left.
Which is your big target, Janan, because in a way you talk about the spasm, the post-electoral spasm in the Labour Party, which accounts for Jeremy Corbyn's favoured status at the moment, but actually you really want to train your fire on the soft left, don't you?
Well, it's the people who are a bit to the left of New Labour, the kind of politics Tony Blair espoused, but not quite as left-wing as Jeremy Corbyn. And these are the people who made Ed Miliband leader.
Name names, Janan.
Well, if you look at the shadow cabinet, people like Hilary Benn, the shadow foreign secretary, people like Lucy Powell, who's one of Ed Miliband's closest advisors when he was leader, the potential Labour mayoral candidate, Sadiq Khan. This is almost the mainstream of the party now. People who are not as extreme as Jeremy Corbyn, but some way to the left of New Labour. And they really did crash and burn in May. And my worry is they now look like moderates compared to Jeremy Corbyn.
And what about Andy Burnham and Yvette Cooper? Are they vulnerable to your line of fire here regarding the soft left? Or do you think that actually there's room for redemption?
I think Andy Burnham is becoming soft left. Today he's announced that he wants to renationalise the railways. Yvette Cooper, traditionally a bit more hard-edged, a bit more centrist, former associates of Gordon Brown's during the New Labour years. But even she has been dragged to the left for the sheer utilitarian reason that she has to win this Labour leadership contest before going before the national electorate. So Jeremy Corbyn is shifting the centre of gravity leftward, and given that it was already too left to win in May, I think it's a borderline crisis for the Labour Party.
And finally, the ghost of Tony Blair, is it anywhere to be seen in the Labour Party today?
Well, he made a public intervention a few weeks ago, said some very sensible things about where the British mainstream is, and they didn't listen to him one bit because he's so tainted within the party, despite 3 consecutive election victories.
Blairism RAP. Thank you very much, Janan Ganesh.
Thank you.